1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6,
7,
8,
9,
10,
11,
12,
13.
XIII.
Why, she confused me, you bastard. Never throw letters in a number situation.
Roman numeral.
Yeah, I know what Roman numerals are, sir, but you said letters, and it totally threw my number thing off. I had the next number ready, and you just shit on my parade. Anyways, for those of you just joining us, welcome to another episode of the RockNox podcast. It's been quite a while on my part, as well as on MG Knox. You've been a busy boy, right? You've been working. I've been working.
Yeah. And straight away I need to apologise. I am not at home, and I forgot to bring my microphone with me. So you are listening to an even crappier Knox voice. So
I might actually be able to clean that up in Audition, Adobe Audition. It's actually a really good program to get rid of like ambient noise and any kind of trashy sound. I've been using it to do my voiceover work for Final Fantasy Tactics on YouTube.
Okay, I will make it especially hard for you to clean this up then by
Son of a...
I'll shift around in my seat. It's a very noisy seat I'm sat in, and I'll.
Wow.
Yeah, this is okay, I'll stop because that's probably very annoying.
Is your seat leather, or is that just your ass?
Oh, my ass is the leathery of leatheriestest donkeys.
Speaking of donkeys, E3. There's a lot of donkeys there. Did you watch it?
I watched almost all of it. I didn't watch the PC thing because that's never any good, and I didn't watch Square Enix because that's never any good.
Yeah, I didn't watch PC or Square Enix either, but I did watch everything else, including, which we'll get to, Devolver Studios conference, which was amazing. But we'll get to that.
Are we doing it chronologically? So will that be last? No, that will be in the middle, won't it?
It would be in the middle, so I want to touch up on that last because it's the last thing that I actually saw.
It was the last thing I saw
from
too.
E3. Yeah, because it aired at like midnight. It was incredible.
It was like 7 a.m. over here when that aired.
Yeah, it blew me away. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So at E3, we had quite a few announcements. Nothing really major that we didn't know about except for, save one game, which is Shadow of the Colossus. For me, it kind of threw me for a loop because it came out of nowhere. But I am really excited, and I found out that they're going to be using modern controls, which is going to be great because I'm playing through it on my PlayStation 2 emulator, and the control scheme is really hard to like revert back to, even though back then it was really easy to play through.
My only concern with that is, the Resident Evil remaster?
Right.
When they added the alternate controls that stopped it from being tank controls. It makes that game so easy. So I'm a bit worried that by improving the controls or changing them, Shadow of the Colossus could just be too easy.
Let's hope not. And supposedly they're including some of the monsters that didn't make it.
Oh, that has been confirmed not to be true anymore.
Oh, way to ruin my news.
The creator of Shadow of the Colossus said that will not be happening. Even though he's not working on the remake, he said that's definitely not happening.
Oh, what a douche. Why would you do that?
Well, I think, it's like that game is perfectly paced at, how many monsters is it? 16?
Yeah, 16.
It's perfectly paced.
I just want to see it all pretty.
I mean, it would be cool if they could put it in a, on the main menu. If there's like an extra mode, which is just the free monsters, the free cut monsters, that would be pretty cool.
Even if you were to, say, like, beat the game and unlock like a gallery where you could see some of the art designs, that'd be pretty cool. Like finished painted art designs or CG models or whatever. Just something to like, alleviate the taste buds for some extra monsters. But I have here a comprehensive list of games that were shown at E3. Yes, we can start with Sony.
I mean, shouldn't we have started with EA and how shit they were?
We could do that. The only reason I mentioned Shadow of Colossus was because it was a surprise. It's one of the few surprises that I got. And Dragon Ball, what is it? Dragon Ball Fighter Z?
Speaking of surprises, I know I just cut off Dragon Ball, which is like, oh my god, I shouldn't have done that.
You bastard.
But EA had a pretty good surprise. The Way Out, or Our Way Out. Can you remember that?
Prison Break game? Yeah.
That looks pretty
looks
cool.
Good. They say that it's kind of like a bad decision to have it multiplayer only, but personally, I don't mind it. I like. Is it couch co-op only, or is there going to be like an online co-op?
The developer wants couch co-op only, but he had to put an online mode in, so there is an online function.
Well, see that. I mean, that'll work for me. I don't really have many friends to play on my couch with. Not that I would want any friends on my couch, anyways. My couch is expensive. But yeah, we can start with EA. Electronic Arts' presentation was rather. I want to say there was maybe 3 games that I was maybe kind of interested in. Nothing really major. Assassin's Creed Origin looks like poo to me. What did you think?
That was at Microsoft and Ubisoft.
Yes, you're right.
EA had. Well, they've got the new Need for Speed story game.
Right.
And the demo for that looked really boring.
Even the gameplay looked boring. You see that they had a bunch of YouTube celebrities, quote unquote.
I didn't watch the extra stuff. Oh wait, no, they had a few on stage as well, didn't they?
Yeah. It was banal to say the least. Prank guy who did Need for Speed, who tried to introduce it. Oh, I would hate to have been him. Like that. What are they called? Teleprompters. Right.
That must have failed on him because, oh my god, that was. Oh, the cringe made me hurt. Oh, I would hate to have been him. I would hate to have been him in that moment.
It was so awful. Like it was the epitome of embarrassing. You have, Electronic Arts kicking off E3 with some Star Wars stuff, some sports crap, some car junk, and a brand new game from BioWare called Anthem. What did you think about Anthem?
Well, EA, I was like, is that all we're getting? 30 seconds of just a CG thing, which wasn't even that interesting.
Right.
So I was like, EA, come on guys, you've got to at least give us something. Because we had to wait all the way until Sunday, which wasn't that long after. It's just annoying that wait, but I guess we can talk about Anthem at Microsoft now.
Right.
I didn't like it.
Well, let's see. I liked it, but what I didn't like was that my mind shot back to Andromeda, where it's like all these assets could have been used to make a better Mass Effect game. Because if you look at the backgrounds are stunning. There's no disputing that.
Graphically, amazing.
Yeah, graphically, it is incredible. I know I'm probably wrong, but I hope there's going to be a semi-decent single-player mode, which allows you to play through
multiplayer
nothing
only.
At all, just multiplayer only.
Yeah, there could be just single-player quests, but it's all online.
Eesh. And it's all multiplayer co-op, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hopefully they have some good events. It felt like a lot of the first Destiny.
That's why I didn't like it.
I like the smoothness of the FPS part of Destiny, but I didn't like the lack of content, and that's what I don't want to happen to Anthem. I want to have a crap ton of content, surprising.
How long have we known about BioWare working on a secret game? Like, I swear they announced that they were working on 2 games, a new Mass Effect and a secret game in 2013.
Yeah, it was 4 or 5 years ago. Was it 5 years ago? 16, 15.
By the time the game comes out, it's probably going to be 5 years this game has been worked on.
Right.
And that's longer than Destiny.
They also, let's see, you said there was a Need for Speed. They also did Battlefront 2, which I hope the single player part of that is good.
Well, they didn't show. They showed how much of the single player did they show? 10 seconds.
10 seconds, but I don't want them to show anything on the single player anyway.
No, they need to show it because I don't trust that it's going to be any good. They need to show me that it's good.
I don't want to see it. I don't want the story ruined for me. That's like Sony
Just show the
showing you
gameplay.
all of Homecoming. Like through their trailers, if I were to cut the trailer in a certain way, I could make the entire movie. It is awful. I don't like that. It's garbage.
Apparently, all of Iron Man scenes are in the trailers.
Yeah, because that's a way to get asses in seats, I guess, to Sony. Sony has no faith in Spider-Man. It doesn't make any sense because that is the most popular Marvel character on the face of the planet.
No, not today.
Not today, but it's been.
10 years ago,
everybody
definitely.
knows.
But Iron Man
knows
is
who
like,
Spider-Man is.
I think Iron Man is the most popular Marvel character now.
In the cinematic universe, yeah. Comic book wise,
Spider-Man was. I don't know who's selling the most in Marvel. I don't think it's Spider-Man.
No, it's not Spidey. It's I want to say. Eesh. No, it's not them either. I wanted to say that X-Men was their main player, but no, I don't even think that's it. I think it's just Avengers books now at this point. That's like the only
I know,
thing
like
they
with
got going
DC,
for them.
Batman is usually right near the top. Harley Quinn's close to the top.
Yeah, Superman's kid is getting a lot of clout.
Yeah.
Batman's kid and Superman's kid. I just read a comic.
I hate Damian Wayne.
I hate Damian also, but he's actually growing as a person, which is rare for DC. Like normally, you have our heroes who have kids and then they immediately get murdered or time gets rewritten and they get erased and yada, yada, yada. But that hasn't happened, so I'm kind of impressed that that's going on. They're actually letting the characters grow on people and it's really nice. But with that said, back to EA. They showed a bunch of live multiplayer gameplay for Battlefront 2 set on a map.
That was the gameplay. Well, here's the problem with that showing off. They had people controlling the cameras who had no idea which players to stay on, which parts of the map to go to. So it kept going to crap players who had no idea what they were doing. And it was missing all the action. It's like, oh, look, there's Darth Maul. Oh, we've just cut away. And even the commentators were like, oh, look, there's Darth. Oh, he's cut away. Oh, that could have been fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's like the commentators were kind of like, what the hell are you doing, camera guys?
It was bizarre, to say the least. It was just all over the place. Like, it didn't know. I don't know who EA was trying to reach personally. I think they think gamers are dumb. That's the sense I got. Like the way they talk, it's like they all should have been holding bags of Doritos with Mountain Dew and just saying like, yeah, bro, like let's go kill some freaking robots and blah blah blah. And it's really off-putting. Like I don't know what their strategy is to sell their games. It's really odd, and the new BioWare game, which was Anthem, and then also what did you like about A Way Out that kind of stood out to you?
It's a co-op game with a twist. It's looks interesting as well. Like even if it wasn't a co-op game, I like this whole prison break, trying to get to your family, escaping from gangsters and the law story. So
there's already a show like that, right?
Yeah, but the show goes real shit.
The show is great.
No, the first season's great.
And the second season's great. And
is
okay. Don't include the second season was meh, and then the last season was woo. But
and this new season's, I've not watched any of it, but people are saying it's awful.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I like that what the hell is his face? Wentworth Miller, whatever his character's name is.
Captain Cold.
Yeah, Captain Cold. I like that he finally gets a resolution, a proper resolution. It's not this season should have been how the show ended back in the day. Had this season shown up way back when, this would have been an amazing season. You have to watch it through 1999 or 2001 eyes. I don't know what year that damn show aired.
Oh, I think that was like 2000 something. Brett Ratner made it. Wasn't he?
Yeah, Brett Ratner has a weird view of things, and I don't know, it's odd. But I liked the trailer for Prison Break, A Way Out, and I like that they're brothers. They're literally ripping things from the show, but I like the premise.
Brothers? I don't think they were brothers, were they?
Yeah, the Fantastic Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Was the game that these guys created was the last one.
People in the prison game aren't brothers.
No, they're best buds. I think they're cellmates. I want to say they're cellmates.
The main guy, well, it's not the main guy. One of the guys in the prison game is the brother of the developer.
Ah, I want to say one of the guys actually looks like Nathan Drake's brother, which would be hilarious.
Looks like Nathan Drake with a big eye, big nose or something.
Yeah, it looks. That game does look interesting, and I might actually play it. We then fell back into some weird regressive racing nonsense. Need for Speed Payback, I think it's called.
I've lost all interest in that game.
I have not played Need for Speed game adamantly since Need for Speed, the Porsche one from PlayStation 1, which is it was Need for Speed Porsche.
Was that what it was called?
Porsche edition.
Need for Speed Porsche?
Yeah, there was Need for Speed 1. There's Need for Speed 1, which was just Need for Speed. Need for Speed 2.
Isn't like Most Wanted like everybody's favorite or something?
I never played it. And that one's on PC. I really should play it. That one's on PC now. I should jump on it if it's the best one. But I don't know. I don't like jumping on bandwagons. I like to be the driver of my own minecart, I guess.
Minecart.
Being on.
They only go in one direction, though.
Exactly, but I am in control.
Oh, you're in control of is the speed till death. That's what you're in control of.
Oh, another thing they tried to force down our throats was Battlefield 1 DLC, which, I mean, the game needs the DLC. It's fine. I like the announcement that all their DLC is free, hopefully just for the rest of the year, or forever, preferably. Then they announced Madden 18 Longshot, which...
Cottonmouth is in it.
Huh?
Cottonmouth.
Yeah. But I still don't care. Madden, I haven't played a Madden game since Madden 95 on Super Nintendo. And even that was meh. I was like, I don't understand why people like sports games. And then I tried playing Madden when it first arrived on PlayStation 2. I was blown away by the graphics. And my friend, he had gotten the PS2 before me. I stopped by his house, and we were playing the only two games he had, which was Madden and Onimusha. Onimusha looked amazing. I was blown away. I was like, oh my god, this is the best game I've ever seen in my life. It caused me to buy the PlayStation 2. But then I played Madden, and I was like, this is like watching an actual football game. By today's standards, probably not. But, yeah, it looked great at the time, and I still like trying to play that game. It was like trying to swallow rocks, just really uncomfortable. I didn't like it. And then we had the FIFA 18 reveal announcement.
Oh god, that trailer was cringe.
Yeah, everything about their whole sports.
There's a lot of football fans because I was looking at this chat group. There's a lot of football fans that were
football. You guys don't pronounce it football.
Football in the ass drum.
Yeah, ass drum.
But I say the trailer's cringe. I saw a lot of like big football fans who are like, "Oh, this is cool." They got all these people to pretend this guy's real.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Sports games are not marketed to me at all.
They're not. I don't even think they're marketed to the fans who play it. Honestly, like I said, I think EA thinks that gamers are just, as a collective, stupid. Because then we had the cringy ass trailer for NBA Live 18.
I think I went for a toilet when that happened.
You should be happy you did. But I think that's it. They didn't really have anything much. The only things that really stood out to me was Anthem, and then The Way Out, which is it looks interesting.
Is that this year, A Way Out?
I think not. I want to say it's early 2018. I'm going to say late 2017 to early 2018. I should double check, but I don't have a fact checker here right now, and all this typing would be really hard to edit out. Like your damn chair. But yeah, I'm interested to play the Battlefront 2 single player mode. I might.
Sorry. It's just my chair's squeaking every time I move a little.
I might give the multiplayer on Battlefront a shot. I remember I used to like Battlefront 2, the original Battlefront 2 multiplayer a lot. I hope the gameplay is just good. I don't know.
I loved Battlefront 2. I bought the crappy PSP version just so I could play it wherever I was.
Nice. How was that? Was that any good?
Surprisingly good for considering it was on the PSP.
Well, the PSP is surprisingly a powerful little handheld. It gets a lot of flack, but I get really impressed with the stuff that PSP can
You could
pull
still,
out.
like fly around in space on land inside the ship and get out and run around in the enemy ship. So
Nice.
They got the power. They definitely got the power out of it.
Yeah. Well, okay. For I think that was it for Electronic Arts. I mean, this is E3 for dummies, pretty much. But yeah, it wasn't phenomenal. Nothing blew my socks off. I was still wearing my pants by the end of all the trailers. Nothing was like making me want to get naked and streak.
We've spent way too long on a crappy show.
Hey, what are you gonna do? They had a bunch of crappy things. You know what I mean? And it has to be mentioned. There's just a lot of this. All leads to the Devolver Studios thing, which is awesome. So, who was next after EA?
Microsoft.
Was it Sony? It was Microsoft. That's right. They had a couple of cringy moments for me. I mean, they did a lot better than they did last year, honestly. But Phil Spencer had some weird moments where he was announcing stuff and he was expecting applause and it was just utter silence and it was awkward. It was really awkward for me to watch. I don't quite know how to gauge all his weirdness. But we have a couple of announcements here for Microsoft.
I can't think of a single game that they announced that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm interested in that.
And this whole exclusives thing, when most of these titles are timed exclusives, but they didn't even bother mentioning that. They just they're like, oh, you can only get this on the Xbox. Oh my god.
Where's the phone? Oh, it's there.
Is that a bird?
Oh, I can't
I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this.
How do I put house phones on silent? Go off.
You pull the plug from the wall.
Oh.
What is that? Are you pushing microwave buttons?
Oh my god. I was pressing buttons trying to figure out how to make it go on silent, and it came up saying recording. And I don't know what it started recording.
Oh man, that's great. This is all staying in. I'm not editing this out.
You keep talking, or is this ridiculously loud?
Oh, it's ridiculously loud, but it's great. I love it. It's fun. What the hell?
That scared me.
Oh, that's awesome. You sounded genuinely afraid.
Wait. I think I've made it go silent. That won't ring now.
Awesome. So, oh man. So the biggest thing that Microsoft had to announce was obviously their Project Scorpio, which is now stupidly named Xbox One X. I can just see a bunch of grandmas buying Xbox One S's for their grandkids when those kids are asking for X's. Ugh. I see nothing down this rabbit hole.
Well, here's the problem, right? X and S sound very similar.
And like I said, old people have not got any good hearing, so they're gonna hear S, and they're gonna go to the store, and they're gonna see, oh, $299? That's affordable for Christmas. And then this poor sappy ass kid who's been watching all this crap about Project Scorpio since the beginning, who for some dumb reason has a 4K TV in his bedroom, can now not use it. But yeah, the Project Scorpio thing was one of the biggest things. I was actually surprised at the price. I was expecting it to be no less than $699. But $499 is roundabouts what a console like this would be worth if it does 4K with no compromisations. No nothing. I like the fact that it super samples like a PC on a 1080 television.
Don't quote me on this, but I swear I read something that even some 4K games that Microsoft showed off were using some sort of checkerboard system like the PlayStation 4 Pro.
That's weird.
No, most were native 4K, but some were upscaled.
Interesting. That is really interesting. Rather
I
odd.
read that. I did not double check it to make sure it wasn't a troll.
Right.
I swear it came from like a reputable source. That's why I didn't.
Troll away, goddammit. I'm gonna have to find some research on that and see if that's true. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, 4K is really hard to pull off, and I wouldn't have imagined consoles being able to do it without some kind of compromise. You know what I mean? I mean, my PC can barely do it with some games running at 60 frames fluidly. You know, I get dips here and there on my PC. I only have one graphics card. You know, I'd be able to pull it off had I had, I don't know, 4 graphics cards maybe.
You know what concerns me most about the Kiss Hug Kiss?
What about it?
The water cooling system.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because with PCs, right, when you get a water cooling system, you get it yourself and put it in, or you get a professional to put it in. And there's not a lot of moving around, is there? You know, there's not hundreds of PCs with water cooling systems just shoved in a warehouse somewhere.
Right.
There's going to be thousands of these boxes just shoved into warehouses, getting moved on trucks, getting put on into shops. Not everybody is going to be careful.
Right.
And I don't know if I trust the water cooling system to remain solid through that much movement.
Here's hoping that it's made with some kind of quality and maybe some kind of safety precaution.
£500. £500, and it's like,
I know. That's a lot of money to put down in case and hoping that.
Well, it's ridiculously cheap for what you're getting in the box.
Yeah,
which is why where have they cut corners? How did they get it so cheap?
I like how thin it is. It is the smallest Xbox Generation 1 console I've ever seen. It's they had it set up next to a controller. It's smaller than
yes.
Yeah, it is. I don't know how they did it, but it looks
probably the water cooling.
It looks elegant and it looks nice, and the water cooling is going to make it damn near silent. I hope the console does well, honestly.
I don't.
There's a lot of games that, for the most part, I mean, I'm probably going to play them on Windows 10 anyways. I love how they were like, oh, exclusive to Xbox and Windows 10. So it's not really, it doesn't give anybody an incentive to buy the console if you already own a PC. But yeah, that was it for the Scorpio. I don't know. I have mixed feelings because it is a nice looking console and it's very pretty and the specs are great. I like what it can do. The price is just right. But I don't know. There's just it's too much crap up in the air. I'd like to see its game library expand before. The whole backwards compatibility to Generation 1, that threw me. What did you think about that?
Not interested. I mean, how many games does the original Xbox even have that's worth playing again?
Halo Combat Evolved.
Yeah, but you've got Halo Anniversary on Xbox One.
Yeah, that sucked. And it was glitchy as all hell.
No, that was one of the few games that actually worked on the Master Chief Collection. Because the power of the Xbox One could just force its way through.
Not online. Online, that thing was glitchy as hell.
You don't Something have about Xbox their servers.
One. I do have Xbox One.
When did you get an Xbox One?
It's in my imagination. It's sitting on my coffee table right now, collecting dust along with the Wii U.
Dude, the online was broken in that game, man.
Yeah, no joke.
It's still broken, you know. Oh my god. I'm getting angry about IGN all over again. Ryan McCaffrey.
Why?
Oh, he's such an idiot.
That guy's a shit writer.
Right. He reviewed the Master Chief Collection. And he gave it...
I remember that.
He gave it like a 7 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10.
Ugh,
and underneath the score, he said something like, "We'll update the score when it's fixed." Right? 2 weeks later, he gives the score like a 9.5. And he says, it'll be fixed eventually. Still broken today.
Yeah, that's never going to get fixed. They don't care enough about... I actually think they're trying to steer away from Halo. I like that there wasn't a Halo announcement at E3.
Well, that's because 343 pulled it up with Halo 5.
Yeah.
They can't announce a new Halo. That series needs a massive overhaul.
I personally think that a massive overhaul would be too expensive for them. And Microsoft's actually in the red right now, like with the gaming part, not business-wise. But the gaming industry part of Microsoft, it's always not made a lot of money for them. By comparison to, Windows software and just PCs in general, everything is hooked to Windows, But yeah, like as far as the Xbox part of it, they've always really not made a huge profit off of it. But right now they're actually on a kind of like a static trend where their road isn't rising or falling like Nintendo's and PlayStation's.
Well, I know, when was this, like 2014, 2015, there was rumors of Microsoft splitting Xbox off into its own thing, or
right.
even selling it, but now Xbox has sort of like been pulled more in, so they can try and make money off the PC versions of the games.
Yeah, I think that's their plan. In order to make a profit, that's why they're releasing all their exclusives on Windows 10. It's the only way. You know what I mean? And that's why they have the whole buy one, get it on all platforms deal. Which I like that. I wish PlayStation had something like that. Aside from the original Xboxes coming to Xbox One, there's literally, there's 350, maybe 400 games on the Xbox One original. Oh, Jesus. So much confusing names. Okay. But I don't know. I think I played maybe 6 or 7 games on the original Xbox that I could afford anyways.
The only game I would like to play again is Jade Empire.
I just played through that on my PC and it looks like crap. I can't go back. The story's okay. Like, I remember thinking it was fantastic, but I went back because Origins was giving it away for free. So I got it, and man, it's shit. The voice acting is, ooh.
I can't remember the voice acting. I just really want a martial arts game.
Well, then don't ruin it for yourself. That's like me going back and watching Transformers Generation 1. Jesus Christ. That is
Be careful.
Shit.
Be careful, you're gonna get the Transformers fans angry.
I'm a Transformers fan. I love Transformers and I love Thundercats, but I'm here to tell you, and G.I. Joe, I went back to watch the original episodes of that and they're all shit. All of them. They all are garbage. They had no good plot threads. The Generation 1 Transformers had a decent plot thread coming up towards the end of its series, and then that story got revamped into Generation 2. I don't know what the hell happened there. The storyline just fell into a void. And then G.I. Joe, holy hell. I don't understand how I was entertained by half this stuff. Thundercats, I remember being sickly animated, but apparently it was just the intro that was sickly animated. Everything else was just garbage upon garbage on a steaming pile of shit. Like, ugh. I hated myself for ruining I ruined my own childhood by going back. I should have just let my memories be memories, let your dreams be dreams, like Shia LaBeouf said.
But he did tell you to just do it, and you did do it.
I did do it. So I technically followed what he said. We also got Crackdown 3 announcement, which was cringeworthy. You had Terry Crews.
I love Terry Crews.
I love Terry Crews too, but he's so much better than this. I love him in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's actually a really good actor. He's got a lot of layers to him. He's a decent guy, a great person, a PC
He has
gamer.
a YouTube channel,
He does have a YouTube channel. He also plays Overwatch consistently all the time. I want to actually try to see if I can get his screen name so I can add him, but his list is probably filled to capacity. But yeah, he's a decent guy, and this was, I don't know why he said yes to this. It was embarrassing. It was like watching a really bad version of Starship Troopers. Do you remember that movie from back in the day?
Yeah, that movie's awesome.
Yeah, I liked it too, but you know the commercials in it, the goofy ass commercials, it was like
it was like those.
But it was like on purpose, and I was just totally confused and befuddled by what I was listening to or watching, and I was like, "What, Terry? Why? Why are you doing this? You're gonna." Well, he can't ruin his career. He's too good a guy. But it's, oh, man, it was. And then what's worse is the game didn't look good. It's been like 12.
I don't think Crackdown 3 was showed anywhere, right? Like,
no, they showed it.
No, I mean, like proper gameplay. They didn't have like an extended gameplay demo. They didn't. They only showed like edited footage.
Yeah, but I think that is gameplay. It doesn't look it for 12 years or 13 years, however long it's been since Crackdown 1 came out on the 360. I used to like the original Crackdown.
I liked the original too.
I liked when it got re-released online so that you could play with people. I was like, hey, that's pretty damn sweet. But I'll be damned if this game that's been, it's like the Last Guardian, you know, a game that's been like 13, 14 years in the making.
Well, and Crackdown 2 did come out though.
This is it? Yeah, Crackdown 2 was meh. I wasn't totally impressed.
Crackdown 2 was pretty bad. It had zombies and stuff in it. I think Crackdown 1 had zombies towards the end or some sort of monsters. But this, like, the whole game was zombies or something. It's like, that's not what you want from Crackdown.
Really? I wanted to see... They didn't even... Every time a building would explode, they would cut away. So I'm like, but I wanted... The whole point is to see the world destruction. I want to be able to blow shit up.
That's only in the multiplayer. And they didn't show any of the multiplayer.
Yeah, because it's probably shit.
Because it's probably not in it anymore or something.
Hopefully that game gets canceled before it gets released. The next thing they showed was Assassin's Creed Origins, which I think is a stupid name, but that's just me. You can, direct all your Assassin's Creed hate my way. I feel great enough to sponge and soak that up.
I don't hate Assassin's Creed.
I don't like Assassin's Creed. I haven't since the first one.
I'll tell you,
the first one was good.
I have nothing positive to say about Origins. I will say the game looked pretty. I did not like the voice actor for the new assassin. He sounds dumb.
He does.
The Egypt setting wasn't what I was expecting in a bad way. And where's the playable female character gone? I thought, where's that? They made a big deal about that with the last one, and then it's gone. And this one, it's like, why?
Well, because it's not historically accurate. You see all those freaking social justice warriors like.
Well, I haven't seen anybody complain about it with this one. So.
Well, they would have. If a woman was in it, they would have. Just like Call of Duty, World War II, they allow you to customize your character, and then you have all these social justice assholes come out and say, well, there were no black people in World War II, and there were no women, so how come
the black woman Nazi.
Oh, God.
It's like, here's the thing, right? In multiplayer, I do not give a shit.
Right.
In single player, I'm like, hang on a minute. There better not be any black woman Nazis in single player.
I'd actually respect them if they did put them in the single player. That would be great. Oh, man. But yeah, Assassin's Creed is of no interest to me. And did you see their $800 bonus exclusive super pack crap?
Yeah, they had to make a checklist because people couldn't understand what all the different editions had in them.
Jesus Christ. It was bad.
And even the most expensive one doesn't come with everything.
They tried to do this with Battlefield.
Battlefield didn't even come with the game, though.
Oh, yeah, that's a...
You made a video about that.
Yeah. You can check it. I'll put the link on the description down below. It's a pretty old video, but yeah, I was pretty happy with it. Yeah, it's. I don't know why they keep doing this. Like, who is interested in an $800 special edition anything? I wouldn't be, and I'm a gamer. I consider myself an avid gamer. You know, I'm not a PC Master Race / console scrub or whatever the hell people call each other. I'm just a gamer. I like playing games on everything. You know, I'm interested to find interesting games out there and find something that calls to me story-wise, you know, graphic-wise. This is weird to have like an $800 feature for a video game. Like, what the shit? Is it made of gold? Like actual Egyptian gold? That reaction right there was worth it. Oh, God. And it's supposed to be coming out on October 27th, which, I mean, there's nothing new graphically. It looks exactly like all the other newer stuff.
That was a thing. Xbox One X, Microsoft, like, look how amazing this game looks on Xbox One X. That game, no graphical differences. It's just 4K.
Yeah.
Basically, the PS4 version looks exactly the same, just a little blurrier.
Yeah. And not if you have PlayStation 4 Pro.
Well, obviously the native 4K in the One would look better than the checkerboard in 4K.
Right.
Unless the checkerboarding's really good, like Horizon Zero Dawn. Everybody's like, that is like Digital Foundry.
Incredible.
They were like, that 4K is almost you can almost not tell the difference.
Yeah, and it had HDR and everything. It was gorgeous. I saw it on a 4K screen. It was great. They also announced Forza 7, which I will never be interested in. I've never played a Forza game. I think I played a demo of one, and to me, Gran Turismo was my racer of choice, and this game was birthed because of Gran Turismo. I don't like the game at all, and you can always make a racing game look pretty. You know, it doesn't take a lot. All the cars look realistic, and now supposedly you get to customize your driver, and there's a deep dive.
But racing games, they usually are sort of like before you could properly test out how beastly a computer was, people would put in a racing game and max out the graphics and see how well it did.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you max out the graphics on a racing game now, it doesn't mean anything.
Oh, you don't think it means anything?
Nah, it doesn't take a lot to run a racing game.
I guess
I run every racing game on my PC. And they all run smooth and fluid, and they all look pretty depending on who the developer is. You know, I've seen some ugly racers, but I mean, Forza 7 will look beautiful. I like the road. I like the cars. I like the way the drivers look. Gran Turismo looks amazing, but I haven't played a Gran Turismo, and I don't know if Sony's ever going to release another one.
Sport is supposed to be coming out in a few months.
Yeah, they said that 7 years ago. But yeah, there's not to crap on their parade. I like racers, I do, but I like racing games with other people. I don't like racing on my own, so it doesn't really interest me. Then there's Anthem, and you said you weren't interested in that game at all?
I have absolutely zero interest in it because I don't want to play a Destiny game. It just holds nothing over me.
But what if, and bear with me on this, what if Anthem is better than Destiny?
It's still a Destiny game.
But it's got content and you get to play.
Okay, this is what will make me play Anthem, right? You know Star Wars The Old Republic?
Yes.
If it's like that, where I can go on a massive story on my own and then do like raids that also have their own story with other people, I won't be down for that. But if it's just Destiny, zero interest.
I want raids with their own story. I want, like, from what they described, there's these things called world events, that like planetary events that actually take place. Sometimes it's a storm, sometimes it's a portal, sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that, whatever the case may be. But it all has a story behind it from what I've read from the developers. So hopefully that comes into fruition and it actually works out really well. I don't know how I feel because of my mixed feelings about Mass Effect and how all that crap debacled. You notice that the very beginning of this damn trailer for Anthem starts off with a superior close-up of this dude talking to the character, you know, and the facial animations.
I'm not convinced that's real, though.
I believe that it is. I truly believe that all of the assets from Mass Effect that were supposed to be it, because I've heard a lot of crap about how the original Mass Effect creators, which are the ones that made Anthem, had separated, and then this new group of Mass Effect for Mass Effect Andromeda, they were the rookies, and they were like, oh, this is our chance, and they were trying to make something big and something special to them, you know, something that people would like or whatever, kind of like a No Man's Sky, but better.
That's why the game ended up having so many problems.
Exactly,
because they wanted to make No Man's Sky but proper.
Yeah, and there was a lot of interference from the original Mass Effect creators, and they felt this pushback from each other, which is weird because they're working for the same company. Really, this should be, you know, they should be the mentors, the senpais, so to speak. But yeah, it didn't feel like that for them. There was 3 of the developers that actually started coming out and speaking out against the original creators, saying that they wouldn't let them.
Oh my god, dude! I liked Mass Effect Andromeda, right? I think that's not a bad game. It's got a lot of good stuff in it, and the patches are making it even better. But some of the behind-the-scenes stories, like there was this one guy who was like, who begged his co-workers, his bosses, please just let me work on the faces. I will fix the faces on my own.
Right.
And they said no.
I don't get that.
Like, this one guy was like, please just let me work on the faces and I'll make them look better. I'll make them animate better. And they were like, no. Just one guy offered to do everything he could to try and make that game better. And they were like, no.
Isn't that bizarre? Like, that makes me hate the game a little bit.
It makes me hate the game a little bit because I'm like... Because 2 weeks after that game released, they released a patch. Did you see how much better the faces looked after that patch?
I did.
It's
and
night
the
and
later
day.
patch, I actually got like... I was recording the game originally without the patch, and then I got the patch and I was like, hey, the facial animations are getting better. That's cool. They weren't perfect. There's a lot of work to do there, but they were getting better noticeably.
But that was just 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then the third patch came out and it blew me away. I was like, hey, their eyelids are there now, and they don't look like crazy psychopaths in an alley ready to just stab you and take your wallet. That's fantastic. I love it. And then the mouth syncing was turning out okay, and it was coming out better and better and better. I like that they tried to fix it, you know, but I hate all the behind the scenes nonsense where it just wasn't happening for these guys, and it's really upsetting because these guys are fresh and new or whatever. But
well, it's upsetting when you realize there's people there that were passionate about the game, and the bosses wouldn't let them do it.
Right.
Especially when it's just one guy. It's not like a team of people that would have broken another part of the game. You know, it's just one guy just wanting to make it better, and they wouldn't let him. Hello?
But yeah, can you hear me? Hello?
Oh, I think we just cut out for a few seconds then.
Oh, that's scary. So yeah, that was it for Microsoft. There wasn't really anything. A lot of their indie stuff is going to come out to everything, so it doesn't really matter. We've been waiting for 2 Girls 1 Cup for 20 years now. I don't know when the hell that's coming out. Supposedly finally got a release date. That's Cuphead.
Oh. Yeah.
It's supposed to be coming out later this year, right? Supposedly Christmas.
What's the sequel going to be called? Like Mug Girl? Or something.
It's going to be called Coffee Beans. And it's going to be about 2 beans trying to get to the cup. It'll be great. Hey, don't steal my idea. A lot of these people like to steal my ideas, especially when I post on IGN. I posted on IGN several years ago.
I thought you were going to tell that story. That story you told me.
Several years ago.
I was not going to allow it, even though it's on your channel.
Several years ago, I posted what I thought the Purge movie should be. And literally 2 years later, it got to the point where, you know who Jeremy Johns is? He's a reviewer on YouTube for movies. He actually mentioned my comment in his review of the first one. He's like, I read this on IGN and the idea for this movie sounds great. And I was like, holy shit. And 2 years later, to a T, like the story beats, the way the character is, the way everybody else is. These bastards took my idea and made The Purge 2. And it pissed me off because when I watched it and I enjoyed it, I was like, son of a bitch, this was my idea. And I'm sitting there telling my wife, I'm like, holy shit, this was my idea. This was my idea. This was my, like every single scene. I'm like, holy crap. Because I sat and actually wrote like a humongous paragraph just, you know, describing what the movie should have been and how these characters should be. And The Purge is a good premise, but not great in execution. And this is what would make the movie work. And man, I should be making millions right now. This is crap. Life sucks.
That's why when you have ideas, you need to be careful where you share them.
Yeah, for reals though. After Microsoft, we had the Sony event, am I right?
Bethesda.
Oh, man.
Should we just skip through Bethesda? They only showed 2 things off worth talking about.
I rather would skip it, yeah.
So The Evil Within 2 and Wolfenstein 2. What do you think?
Wolfenstein looks entertaining. I like the character designs and I like the comedy. I like the setting. And I've always really enjoyed Wolfenstein games, so hopefully this is just another addition to that, and it just makes the whole experience great.
The Evil Within 2.
Ooh, it was just a cinematic, but I got so hyped.
They did release a gameplay trailer a day after.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I just saw the cinematic, and I was like, this is going to be a great game.
When that trailer was showing, the cinematic trailer, I was convinced it was going to come up saying trailer directed and edited by Hideo Kojima.
Oh my god, that
it was so much like a Kojima trailer.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I've played through the original Evil Within, and I know a lot of my friends who have played it really enjoyed it and really loved it, and it was a good game at the time. It was great. I'm hoping this is just a step in the right direction. It looks funny, it looks action oriented, it looks like something I want to play. So I assume
when you said funny you meant weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's quirky, it's weird. The universe is. I like the world. I like the universe that the world resides in, so to speak. You know, the amount of F-bombs that the pig and the monkey were dropping, it was so great. Oh man, so great.
You're talking about Beyond Good and Evil 2. What's happened here?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Beyond Good and Evil 2.
The Evil Within 2.
Oh, Evil Within 2, the horror game?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about it.
How did you think that monkey trailer was directed by Hideo?
I don't know. It looked great. And the action was great. And there was a lot of weird, quirky comedy. And that's Hideo Kojima to a T. The Quentin Tarantino.
When you started talking about funny, I was like, hang on a minute. I had to interrupt and see if you meant weird.
Evil Within 2, I played the first one halfway through, and it was just all blood, no substance. And
I disagree with that.
I don't know. It was boring.
Evil Within 2 was one of my favorite games of 2015. I loved it.
It was boring. What did you like about it?
It was intense. It was the interesting premise, being inside people's dreams and minds.
I like the premise. I hate the execution.
That it felt like Resident Evil, more so than like action Resident Evil. More like, what if Resident Evil, I guess 2 is more closer to this one? What if Resident Evil 2 was 3D? This is kind of like what it felt like.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the I don't know, I liked all of it. I just didn't like the frame rate because it was awful.
Yeah. The Bethesda announcements, they had Doom VFR, right? And then they had Skyrim VR. That's about it.
And I can't bother talking about that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say paid mods, but
it was I like the clever way they produce their stuff, with the whole map of the park and all that stuff. I thought that was cute. But man, they literally, all they could talk about was Morrowind Online or whatever the hell that game is.
Bethesda were really selfish this year.
Yeah, they just
Because-
really kept to themselves.
Well, it's like
No.
they had two games, like The Evil Within 2 and Wolfenstein 2, that they could have gave to Microsoft and Sony that would have made their press conferences even better.
Yeah, like
They didn't
just
need their own conferences here.
they sure didn't. It's not like the announcement of Fallout 4 or you know what I mean. Like nothing. They had nothing this year. Like I just liked the setup, like how they displayed it. They had a good production, but man, talk about an empty vase, eh? Looks nice on the outside, but it's got shit on the inside.
That's not empty.
Oh yeah, it's pretty empty. Shit
Is poop. I don't want a poop photo of us.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It adds to the aesthetic of a room, I think. And after Bethesda, who did we have?
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft, and boy, are my arms tired. These guys, they are the epitome of what's wrong with the business. I can't stand them. Like, just them. Okay, you know what pissed me off the most about the...
I know you want to go into a rant. I just interrupted your rant by accident. But I just want to point something out, right?
Okay.
We're almost an hour into this.
Yes.
And E3 this year, even though I enjoyed watching it, and I think Sony did a real good job, we're getting tired talking about something that should have us filled with excitement and joy.
Right? I remember being really hyped for E3 back when I was young.
Like, because I'm here thinking, right? I'm like, oh, what could we... Like, last year, you know, it's like Microsoft, oh, we could skip over that. Bethesda, oh, they showed quite a bit last year. Sony, they blew our freaking minds last year like they did the year before.
Yeah, my pants were off last year when Sony hit the floor. Like, my pants and socks were blown away.
You know, it's like Ubisoft were good last year. Everybody was almost good last year.
Except for
this
Microsoft.
year, it's like... there's so much I just don't want to talk about.
Right. So, okay, for instance, Ubisoft had Beyond Good and Evil 2, right? They had Mario Rabbids, which pisses me off that people are... Like, they lost their freaking minds. They were eating it up. You have Shigeru Miyamoto, who just shows up out of the blue. They have this really cringy moment with these giant guns. And I'm like, oh, God. Like, I don't want to see this. And then they show the gameplay of the game. And you know what it reminded me of? Goddamn XCOM. Yeah. I'm like, why in the shit are these guys talking about... And the way they were talking about it made it seem like they came up with the...
Yeah. I got that sense too.
Yeah, I was like, this is bullshit. Like, why is nobody calling them out on their shit? Is it because it's Nintendo? Is Nintendo that high up on the pedestal to these damn people that nobody has the balls to say, hey, yo, why are you guys ripping off XCOM?
You know, if this wasn't Rabbids and it was just called like Mario Tactics,
it would
I would
be
be
better.
looking forward to it. I would be looking forward to it, but I could not stand those Rabbids.
I would not mind a Mario Tactics game. I would actually... as you know, I'm a huge proponent and a huge supporter of tactical games. I love Final Fantasy Tactics. I love Tactics Ogre, one of my favorites. XCOM wasn't as fun for me. And I think that was mainly my fault. In retrospect, I was trying to play XCOM 2 recently, and I think it's just the way that I was playing was... How should I say it? I was playing mediocrely, where the game was playing 3D chess and I was playing checkers kind of thing. So I think that was my fault. And I actually started having fun once I understood the premise and understood some of the gameplay mechanics. But yeah, the people exploded like Mario Rabbids, yeah, and I can appreciate the Ubisoft guy, I forget his name. He was really happy to have Shigeru Miyamoto there. I thought that whole thing was sweet. It was genuine. You could see that he was genuinely happy to be working with him. He was really happy to have these characters in this game. And all in all, I mean, I liked that part of the presentation. I hated the cringiness of the guns. Like, that was embarrassing. I hated that nobody called them out on the XCOM thing. And I don't know. All in all, I might play it. I'm planning on getting my daughter a Switch. because I just downloaded a Wii U emulator on my computer, and I downloaded a couple of Super Mario games, and she has a lot of fun with them. I have the original PlayStation 2, PSP, and the PS3 emulators on my computer, and they just don't have enough kid stuff, which is where Nintendo shines. Nintendo shines in the whole kid stuff. So this Christmas I'm planning on getting her a Switch, and this could quite possibly be her first tactics game, so her doorway into a tactical adventure kind of thing. I wish that Nintendo would acknowledge where they got their influence from. You know what I mean?
Did you see the video with not the creator of XCOM, but the guy that's behind the new XCOM games reacting to Mario Rabbids?
No. Is that any good?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. He's like, Nintendo, why didn't you call me? It's like, if I knew we could have Mario and Luigi shooting rocket launchers, I would have pitched it to them years ago.
Hey Jake, just to get back to you for a second, before we dive into XCOM 2 here, I would love to know what it's like to be creative director of XCOM these days when the Mario and Rabbids game is announced. Does that just mean people text you? Do people tweet at you and say, what do you think of this?
I got a lot of tweets.
Do you like analyze the gameplay footage and see like that's a good idea, that's a bad idea? I mean, what is that world like for you?
Miyamoto, call me, man. Call me. Call me.
We would have effing done that.
I could help you out. No, I mean it was really cool. I mean it was really funny because I started getting all these tweets and I was like, what the hell's going on? And then I went and watched the gameplay video of it, and at one point there's a point where they say something like, and at this point Luigi has entered half cover. And I was like, what world am I in? Like, I do not know where I am right now. They were like the movement border, and there's like the cover icons, and I was like, I don't even know what I had no idea that was even coming. So, but I mean, that's great. I mean, I think that to me that's awesome. I mean, I see that. I love the look of it. Like, it looks so beautiful, and you know, again, to me, like, we're all sharing stuff, and I don't feel a sense of ownership. You know, again, I feel honored to be curating this for the audience. For, you know, again, I went to lunch with, you know, Julian, and so it's like, I think that to me it's cool because, you know, if they do something great, I'll steal it, Miyamoto. I will. Anything good you do, you know. But no, I mean, to me as a fan, you know, of Rabbids, of Nintendo, then I was like, that is so cool. So, but yeah, it was a trip. I mean, it was a big trip. I was like,
no one saw that game coming, right?
No, I never thought, like, you see it and it's like, oh wow, somebody's using these mechanics here, somebody's using those mechanics there, and then they're like, whoa, I never would have thought, like, Mario is in Overwatch shooting a gun. I'm like, I wouldn't even. If I'd known we could have done that, I probably would have pitched that to Nintendo a long time ago.
Can you imagine the pitch meeting for that?
Yeah. Be like, all right, so, yes, Princess Peach is carrying a rocket launcher, and do you guys not do that? Is that not cool? Because, so yeah, no, it was...
While Luigi panics, he just starts firing.
Right. He just guns everybody down, and they all die, so...
You've been so supportive of games that are clearly inspired by the wake left by Enemy Unknown, though, like Massive Chalice from Double Fine. You're so supportive about that. You've been really, I would call it generous with how much you're like, more strategy games, we all win, right?
Yeah, and I feel free to do that again because, and probably even if XCOM was my own sort of creation, I'm sure I'd feel that way because I know that it's just not, it's not a zero-sum game. I mean, it's not, especially not in the genre that I design in. It's not a zero-sum game. In fact, you know, the rising tide and all that, like, I honestly just don't think that, I think there's an underserved audience, and so if somebody does something cool, like, it is not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt us. It's going to generate more fans, and it's going to come up with new ideas, and we're not going to hurt each other. I mean,
it expands the audience for that genre.
That's right.
It just makes things more appealing.
Yeah, come on, Mega Blocks, you're right there.
Right. There you go.
Damn you.
But yeah, no, I mean, to me, I truly don't feel any sort of sense of ownership or ego, and so you see things like that, and I think you feel more a sense of I mean, at first you're like, what am I even looking at? And then you're like, this is joyful, it's cool, and frankly, you can go back to your team and say, like, you know what, this means that there are some things that we worked on, like they're doing a lot of new things themselves, but there are some things we worked on that this other cool team that we respect is like, let's take that idea and push it further. And it's not gonna, none of those things hurt us. And so, to me, it's really exciting to see other teams take some ideas, because that's what we all do. I mean, we don't, none of us are off, in a tower inventing, entirely our own ideas.
Right. They also announced the Crew 2, which I am totally not interested in, because when I played the Crew 1 and they were offering gas at real life money, digital gas for real life money, that game lost me completely.
I had no idea that was even a thing.
Yeah. Just go, give it a googs. Give it a
I don't
Google.
want to. Faith in humanity lost.
Yeah. Just imagine my disdain when I was like, wait, what? I'm out of gas and I have to wait 24 hours before I can play again to have my gas refilled, or pay $3.99. Yeah. This is the real thing. It was crap. I didn't like.
No.
Yeah, isn't that great? That's great. They also announced an Elijah Wood game. I guess he now has his own gaming company. It's probably one of his lifelong dreams. I've seen a lot of.
I think that was his production company, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's always wanted to make video games, and I'm hoping this is good. I mean, it's a VR game, and hopefully it turns out okay, and hopefully it turns out to be a good application that maybe sells a couple of new headsets. Who knows? Here's me hoping. I like Elijah Wood, so I'll support him as soon as I get myself a headset.
Yeah.
They announced a game called Skull and Bones, which is pretty much Assassin's Creed boats only.
When I first saw that trailer, I was like, yes, Ubisoft, you finally done it. You finally made a pirate game. Oh, it's multiplayer only.
Yeah. I bear in mind that water.
So
though.
Annoyed by that.
That water though.
That woman?
No, water.
The woman?
No, water. The ocean, the
Watto?
water. Oh my god. The ocean. You can't confuse ocean with anything. The sea, the ocean. Right? Okay.
Billy Ocean.
Yes, Billy Ocean, the singer. He's fantastic. I've been listening to his stuff since 1987.
I thought he was a comedian, not a singer. No. I have no idea who that
is. You idiot. So yeah, Skull and Bones supposedly takes piracy beyond Assassin's Creed. But at the Ubisoft press conference, they had... I want to say it was scripted. It felt very scripted. The whole ordeal. It looks great. Like, I love the water. I love the way the boats look. But as you said, multiplayer only. It's damn it. Like, why not come up with... This is what EA and Ubisoft are trying to do. They're trying to make it to where you have to stay online and play games online. I don't know whether this is just all due to just ironically piracy, but it's weird that nobody wants to come up with single player storylines anymore, and they're really pushing this multiplayer only
here's the thing.
thing.
You don't even need those police sirens are loud. You don't even need a now there's a loud motorbike. What the hell's going on?
It sounded like you were farting. It sounded like a really wee fart.
You don't even need a proper story mode. Just give me an open world. Give me a crew of pirates to control, and have the goal be like, make as much money as possible, survive as long as possible.
You know what would make these multiplayer games entertaining? You remember in the trailer for Anthem?
No.
Okay, you watched the trailer though, right?
The trailer or the gameplay?
Oh, the gameplay.
The gameplay, right.
Okay, so you know how those guys were obviously scripted, talking to each other?
Oh, cringe,
Yeah, if, say for instance, in a pirate game like this, if everybody were to play in character, like say I'm the captain of the douche boat McCree or whatever, and I need to sound like this all the time, especially when I'm giving my peeps orders and stuff, like if everybody was in character, it would be more entertaining. I don't want to hear, like, I don't want to be taken out of the game by somebody who doesn't sound cool.
Dude, you've come up with something awesome there, right?
Right?
Right, The Division, not The Division. Kind of like, imagine if this had the gameplay demo like The Division.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that horrible, cringy, fake gamers that they had talking over to each other?
Oh, God,
Just have people pretend to be the characters, but say the same thing as what the gamers are supposed to say.
Exactly.
You've come up with, like, in that game, have Captain Barbossa say something to a fake Jack Sparrow, and have, like, the other Jack Sparrow be like Captain Barbossa say, "Starboard, over there, shanty dog."
Mop up the sea pirates for ya, you scurvy dog.
And then you got like a Jack Sparrow guy who's saying, "Man the cannons, I've got a jar of dirt." You know,
I've got a jar of dirt, savvy. Do that. A lot of the finger
have like
things.
fun with it. Just have pirates.
That's what I'm saying. Like
you've come up with something so cool there.
I want that. Like in multiplayer-based games, like in Anthem, if you were to sound like you have to play in character. I don't like that. Like I used to do that crap in Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. I used to pretend to sound like a Krogan, and people really enjoyed it. And when we're fighting and stuff, it's like it pulls them into the game more, and they're more serious with their gameplay, even though it's just multiplayer like horde mode. It's really fun when I'm sitting around going, "Hey Shepard, like where the hell are you going?" You know what I mean? When I'm playing a Krogan, it's pretty fun, and I get really into it, you know. And it's a shame. It's a shame that not enough people do that. Like I used to do voices when I would play tabletop games, you know, the dice games, and it's fun and it brings you more into the game. I don't like this scripted, just regular, like, "Oh yeah, we gotta go over there, flank me on my 3. Oh, there's shit on my 6. Please wipe my ass." You know, like, ugh, can you imagine saying that with a freaking pirate voice? "Oh, there's a shit on my 6. It sounds so much better.
Yeah. Well, it's funny as well for people, because it's like, even if it's cheesy as hell, at least it's not cringe.
Right. And everybody's having fun. And isn't that what video games just come down to? Just having fun? Like, just having fun. I'm crying. I don't know. Starlink Battle for Atlas was also announced.
I don't want to talk about that. That's just a Toys for Life thing.
Isn't that like a amiibo thing?
Yeah.
Ugh,
I saw
God.
I saw somebody make a joke about it. You know, like Disney have got out of Toys to Life. Spyro Toys to Life is doing really bad.
Right.
And Toys to Life is disappearing. Basically, if you're not Nintendo, Toys to Life is bad. Right. Somebody made a joke that, Ubisoft are pretending to make a Toys to Life game to scare Vivendi away.
We also had some Far Cry 5 gameplay.
Oh, I like that guy who was demoing it on stage.
Yeah,
he just dropped an F-bomb when he was demoing it. That was cool.
It was okay. It was good.
Disappointed with the impressions, though. You know, like you just said, it was okay. People that played it at E3, they're like, if you like Far Cry, it's more Far Cry.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm kind of disappointed by that, but
I'm kind of wondering, like what kind of Far Cry? Because they have 4 of them. So
well,
are they just talking about Far Cry Original?
It'll be like the last 3.
Yeah, I don't want that. I'm not looking forward to this game, like, at all. I am so amazed at how unhyped I am for a Far Cry game. This is the first time I've been not interested. Maybe it's my age, too, because as you get older, you start being less and less impressed with things. You know what I mean? And it's like the graphics in that game are nothing to sneeze at, but it's also not great. You know? That teaser trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2, that looked incredible. That blew my socks off. I'm really looking forward to that game, and hopefully they actually release that game on PC, because I want to take advantage graphically of that game. I want to be able to set my options to high and watch my computer burn, you know?
PC will probably be a year later.
I don't care.
Because they want to get that double dip money.
Oh, yeah. They love double dipping, these guys. They like getting a bag of chips, right? Spitting on their fingers, getting like their fingers all over the chips inside as they pick one, and then they put that chip inside of the dip, right? And then they chew a piece of it while licking their fingers, and then double dip again, and then throw that chip in that bag while spitting in the bag of chips. That's what they do. And that's the game industry, everyone. The Beyond Good and Evil trailer, as I said before, with the mistaking titles, it looks fun. I can't wait to play it.
Yeah, I didn't realize how similar those titles actually were.
Yeah,
until you mixed them up.
What is it? The Beyond Good and Evil Within 2? It's a mashup. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to seeing gameplay of this game. We're probably not going to get it for another year or two. And I'm pretty sure the game probably won't be out till 2022. Or maybe, I want to say 2021.
That's the very latest. Start development, that game.
Yeah, supposedly it's in development now. There was an announcement on Twitter from the guys that did it that they were like, okay, we're working on this now. So that's good-ish.
Well, they showed like not proper gameplay,
right?
But gameplay of Beyond Good and Evil 2, and all it was a very poorly animated flying monkey that was saying, "Hey, look how high you can fly into space. Hey, look, you can fly right down to this planet and land on this statue." And it's like, where's the gameplay? There isn't any yet.
There isn't any yet. Yeah.
You know, it's just a concept right now. So
I had the same issue with Nintendo. They did a lot.
Oh, we'll get into that later.
Yeah, that's some good sizzle. That's a nice sizzle right there. Who came after Ubisoft? Sony?
Yes, the last ones before Nintendo.
I gotta say, even though I wasn't entirely impressed with everything Sony had to offer, the way they produced their announcements, the way they just, the dude walks in, he has a total of maybe 2 minutes and 30 seconds of talking throughout the whole thing.
I think
that is impressive.
On Twitter before the conference, I swear someone tweeted from Sony, or maybe it was Sean Layden himself. I don't know if he has a Twitter account.
He does.
90 seconds of total talking.
Yeah.
In today's showing, that's what someone tweeted.
That's what it was. It was fantastic. Like, he comes out and he's like, "Hey, everybody, let's just cut to the chase. We're here about the games. Let's have a good time. Enjoy." And then he walks off. And then he comes in as an intermission, I guess, to kind of take a break, because they're literally bullet shooting these games out, like boom, 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 boom. And it's like, yeah, this is good. And they start off with the Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Yeah, with that weird sand waterfall. That was real. I thought that was a projected screen, but that was real.
It was great. I liked their production too. They always do these really big, like, their venue is huge. And they kind of make it look like it looks like what E3 should be all the time. You know what I mean? And the way they do it, I think Microsoft tried to do it more like how Sony did last year, which is why they were better this year. But, you know, they still have their issues, and Sean Spencer is weird as all get out. And,
I think Phil Spencer's a cool guy.
I think he's in it for his wallet. Like, he's one of those guys that
just follow him on Twitter. He is a cool guy.
Is he? I'm gonna have to check, because I get the sense that he's like one of those guys that befriends you when he finds out you're rich, right? And he's like, "Oh yeah, like, oh,
are you rich? You have experience with Phil Spencer?"
I've had experience with rich people who get it taken advantage of, yeah. But there's always like the guy who forgets his wallet, you know, which is normally me. But yeah, like, oh yeah, you're such a good friend. Oh man, my shoes have holes in them, but I don't have enough money to do this. And because the rich person's so nice, they offer, like, yeah, you know, I'm a nice customer. I'll maybe buy an Xbox, you know. Oh hey, Cuphead comes out, yeah, I'll probably buy it. Cool, you know. But it's, I don't know. I get a weird sense from the guy, and his shirts are weird. But yeah, Uncharted The Lost Legacy, I'm actually looking forward to. I want to play. I just want to see the story. You know what I mean? I want to see how it progresses, how it plays.
I am concerned about the game, but I'm still very excited.
From what I saw, there's a couple of set pieces that I might be interested in watching. There's a scene where Chloe's hanging from what's-her-face's leg off a mountain. It looks great as the mountain is falling. I like the unchartedness of it. There's still, I love the fact that all this stuff is
Oh, that
happening
reminds
to.
me. My biggest problem, they released a gameplay demo, like a 9-minute long gameplay demo on YouTube.
God damn, that's long.
Yeah. Chloe's voice actress, right? They're talking, like, she is so good at playing Chloe. She is awful at action noises.
Oh no! Did it sound sexual? Is that what it was?
No. It's you know, Nathan Drake, when he reacts to stuff, it sounds like he's actually reacting and not just recording in a voice booth.
Right. He's like,
whatever.
oh god damn. Oh
Yeah, like when he's running to a thing and he's like shit, and it sounds like he's actually gonna fall off.
Yeah.
She did the same thing in this, and it was like, oh no, mute it. Don't take it out of the game. It's worse with it there.
What did it sound like? Was it like shit?
Like she's sliding down a thing and she's like, oh.
Oh god.
And it's like, oh no, get rid of it, mute it, replace it, do something. That was awful.
Like a cartoon character, awesome. But yeah, I'm looking forward to their story, and I like the fact that it focuses around these two characters, and there's no Nathan Drake to be seen. I don't think he'll make an appearance in the game. I personally, I think it's a nice way to expand the Uncharted universe. We could use some Sully, and we could use some of Nathan's brother.
If Uncharted just becomes cheap $30, $40, however much it is in America, games that release every other year,
yeah,
I would be so excited for that. You know, a Chloe game one year, a young Sully the other year.
If they're if they're done with the same kind of quality as well, like that's, you know what I mean, like that's the hitch. We also got to look at Horizon Zero Dawn expansion, the Frozen Wilds, which I think is going to be a great addition to that game for the people.
I'm not interested in that.
You don't have Horizon Zero Dawn?
No, I played and finished Horizon Zero Dawn, and I think that game is very overrated.
Wow, you heard it here first, folks. Go ahead and add MGNoxa on Twitter at MGNoxa and send all your hate that way. That'd be great.
Or you can come visit me at my house and I'll punch you for being a dummy.
Yeah, that's cool too. And then I'll kick you in the butt when I come out of the bushes. We also got a bigger look at Days Gone. Really,
that was boring. I didn't like that demo.
I like the strategic element of it.
I didn't like any of it. I've seen everything in that demo I've seen before.
Yeah, that's true. You know what I did like though? Monster Hunter World. I don't know why.
Oh,
I don't know why, but that game got me ridiculously hyped. I didn't know what it was at first, okay? So, like, obviously, I'm not a huge Monster Hunter guy. I've heard of the Monster Hunter.
As soon as I saw the sword on the guy's back, I was like, holy shit.
You're like,
Sony
it's
have
happening.
done it. They've got flipping Capcom making a Monster Hunter game.
It's happening. Well, okay, I did not know what this was, right? I thought it was just going to be another open world adventure RPG with dragons, and I was like, hey, I'm up for that. I'm ready for another good, nice, long RPG. I could stand to play a nice, big, long RPG on the PlayStation 4 in early 2018. I'll be ready by then, hopefully. And as it progressed, and then you start setting these traps and doing these, I was like, whoa, there's a lot of depth in how you play this game. It's really nice. The water looks fantastic. The sky looks great. Hey, look at that rock. Look at the shadows. Holy shit, this looks really good. Look at the trees. Oh my god. And the customization of the weapons and the hair flow and the cape flow. I was like, wait, what the hell is this? And then they show the title and I'm like, holy shit, a Monster Hunter game on the PlayStation, and it looks fun as hell. I am on it. I'm really excited to play this game, you know? It is really good. It looks really good, and it looks fun. It looks great. It looks like it's something that's going to keep me replaying.
Best thing about it is that it's going to treat everybody like they have never played a Monster Hunter game before.
Oh, that's so good, because I've never played a Monster Hunter game.
Yeah, and, you know, me, I'm someone that likes Monster Hunter, but the last Monster Hunter game I played was on the Wii U.
Right.
So I'm behind several games, and they've introduced loads of new stuff and new weapons. So it's like, I need this
Hell yeah.
soft landing.
I need this too. I can't wait. Look, hopefully we can play together online, and maybe you can set your mic to where I can hear you now, because I posted that video of me beating MGS5 the Phantom Pain, and I could not hear you, and it was just me talking to myself again.
I
And
swear
sounded-
that's your settings.
I checked my settings. It says
I
allow
checked my
everybody.
settings.
I checked my settings before I started recording. It was weird. We also got the huge announcement of Shadow of Colossus getting a remake, and as we talked about that before, I am super excited to see that with modern graphics. The trailer looked great.
A
what
nice
else?
quiet trailer.
Yeah,
They didn't come in with the music until the end.
Yeah,
And the music only got a little tiny bit of the music.
Oh man, and man, did that music send chills down my spine. I was watching my son, my oldest son. He was playing. He was beating the first 3 bosses, and my wife was watching, and she was having a good time watching it. It's just such a good boss game. It's man, the tense, there's tense moments within the boss fight that aren't, they don't look scripted. You know what I mean? You're in control of the character 100% of the time. So when you're about to fall and you're like, oh shit, I better push this button to hang on, because there's the grab button. So once you grab on to the hairy ass part of a boss and you're dangling and you see your grip is lowering, you're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. You're literally like Nathan Drake, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. It's great. I hope that comes back, and honestly, I think Shadow of Colossus 4 will be a big console seller. That and Monster Hunter, I think, are going to be big console sellers. I don't know about Call of Duty though. World War II multiplayer yet again. November 3rd. It's like drinking piss from a cup. I don't know how many more Call of Duties I can.
I am excited for the World War II setting. I am not excited for another Call of Duty.
I'm not excited for the community of Call of Duty. I don't like that community, at all. It's like when I left the Halo community because it was becoming this bombardment of little children that caused tirades, and you can hear their parents in the background saying, "Get off the goddamn system!" And you hear kids crying, "But mom!" It's like, oh god.
Why are they Southern?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, when my mom told me to get off my console, I'd just get off the console. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. There's some more VR included stuff here, as Sony focused a lot on VR. We got another look at the new God of War, which wasn't surprising. It does look pretty, though. That game looks phenomenal.
I thought that was going to be a 2017 game, dude. You know, when they had that massive poster outside?
So did I. And I was hoping that when the release date came up, it would be, Christmas. I was hoping Christmas 2017. I was like, that would be a perfect time to release that thing. And it would sell consoles and it would sell that game. But no, it's not coming till what, mid 2018? What a shame.
It said early 2018.
Yeah, that
and
can
if
be
you look
pushed
at
back
the
to
release
mid.
dates for every other God of War,
It's April.
March.
Yeah,
You're close. So it's probably coming in March.
We also got a bigger look at Detroit. That game that Heavy Rain guy creator made.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because this trailer.
I like David Cage games.
So do I.
But they don't make sense.
Yeah, that's what this trailer was like. So are we the bad guys in this situation? Are we starting in Uprising, or are we the detectives, or do we get to play as both? Because the last trailer,
3 characters.
Okay. Oh, okay. That makes much more sense then.
You play as Kara, who is like a freshly made android who becomes sentient.
Like Humans. This game is a lot like Humans. Have you seen that show? Great show. Watch it. It's great.
It's a British show, right?
Well, it's filmed in Canada. And
well, I know I'd seen a British actress in it, so I assumed it was British.
There's several British people in it, but I wouldn't call it a BBC production per se.
I've not seen any of it. I just recognized. Oh, she's like a popular British TV actress. I thought I muted that thing.
Oh my god, son of a
scared me. It's that goddamn number again. I can't answer that.
Answer it and tell him to go somewhere.
No, I don't want to give the cold callers satisfaction.
How much time do you have today? Because today's my day off.
I got loads of time.
All right. Okay. I have until, I guess I have 4 minutes left. I have to take my daughter to get her shots, and that should be like maybe a half hour to an hour, and then I can come back and finish recording. This is going to be a long one. I might have to split it into two parts.
Yeah.
There's so much more to talk about. We still haven't jumped into movies. We still haven't jumped into comics, books. What else? Danny, I can't remember stuff. God damn it. I don't know why I fall into that character all the time. I was at work yesterday and I went to go. My stomach was upset. I had the bubble guts. You know what the bubble guts are over there?
I've never heard anybody refer to diarrhea as bubble guts before.
Well, it starts off as like your stomach starts bubbling, right? And it's like brewing. It's literally like a witch's brew, and it's like and just popping, and it's really uncomfortable and unsettling when you're doing a heavy physical manual job, like a physically demanding job. So I go to the bathroom as you do, right? And I'm sitting there. And at first, with ease, it starts coming out. Diuretics, it's great, right? And I'm like, oh God, this is going to be a pain in the ass to wipe, but you got to do what you got to do. But then it gets solid, like right at the end. And I'm just like, ow. So I start pushing. And then I'm like, as I'm pushing, and keep in mind, there's other people in the bathroom here. As I'm pushing, I start going.
Turning Super Saiyan.
I turned into Arnold mid poo. It was. I was literally. I was like, yeah, God damn it, this piece of shit. Oh, it's not coming out. And all you hear in the bathroom is people cracking up laughing. It was hilarious. There was people in the urinals like, who the hell is that? It was phenomenal. And man, did that crap stink. But yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it to, I don't know. I always fall back when it comes to like physical demanding stuff. My brain instantly thinks, oh, well, Arnold's pretty physically demanding. So yeah, that's that story. I don't know if I should keep that in the, in the thing talking about poo, but yeah, it was pretty entertaining. I'm planning on doing more. Like while I take a dump, be like, God damn, this piece of shit is really riding up my arse. Or if I only poop one shit nugget, and be like, there can only be one piece of shit. It'd be great. Oh man, that's good stuff.
I wish I could do voices.
I wish you could do voices too, then we could make a production and it'd be great. I actually need a British man's help. It could just be your voice, and it's great because I'm doing, as I said, I'm working on Final Fantasy Tactics voiceover. Even though they have a voiced over version on PSP, I've always voiced over it since PlayStation days. I used to record VHSs and then record tapes of my voice and then play it on a mic connected to my VCR so that I could put my voice onto the tape. Really complicated process. I don't know how I figured it out, but I did. And I don't know, I've always enjoyed the drama of Final Fantasy Tactics, so maybe I could send you the next Final Fantasy Tactics video that I'm doing and then give you the list of characters that I need your voice for.
Okay. I can't do voices though, so they're all going to sound like me.
That's great. It would just be the generic thieves anyways. It would just be interesting. I
don't like that type of racial profiling.
What do you mean? That's not racial profiling. That's not racial profiling. You're not Australian. Where's the racial profiling? Explain it to me in a way that I can understand. Talk to me like I'm a baby.
I am a lowly pleb. Being talked down to by the superior Rocky Chavez who stars in movies.
I wish, man. I'm still working on that. Hopefully I'll be on the big screen and then you'll get to review one of my movies and be like, this guy is a horrible actor. And I know for a fact that he talks like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he's taking shits. Okay, so when we come back, okay, this will be where I end part one. When we get back, we'll talk about Spider-Man. We'll talk about Miles Morales showing up at the very end of that trailer. Spoiler alerts. And what else did Sony show? I think that's it, right? The biggest one was Spider-Man at the end. That was the heavy hitter.
Yeah, that's the only one we've not talked about.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that, and then we'll jump into the Devolver Studios thing, because that should be
Devolver. Forgot about that.
Yeah, it's a culmination of all this stuff.
We've still got Nintendo.
Oh, yeah, we still got Nintendo, too. Okay, so after Sony, we'll do Nintendo, and then we'll do Devolver, and then a really in-depth look at upcoming movies and some comic books that I've been reading as of late, and maybe some stuff that you've been watching, maybe reading, watching, Netflixing, whatever. Have you been Netflixing and chilling with yourself?
I've been watching some very good stuff.
Oh, so you've been Netflixing and chilling with yourself, huh?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Does that mean what I think it does, Netflix and chill?
What do you think it means?
You tell me.
I don't want to.
Well, if it means what I think it means, yes.
Gross.
See, now I don't know what you think I think it means.
It's what we here in America think it means that matters. So now everybody knows that you Netflix and chill with yourself. It's going to be great.
Can you Netflix and chill?
How do you Netflix and chill?
No, can you Netflix and chill without a Netflix?
No. You can Hulu and chill too. That's a thing.
What, like a hula hoop?
No, Hulu.
What's Hulu?
Hulu is the video service. It's just like Netflix, only it's green.
I've never even heard of Hulu.
What? The hell you say?
I've never heard of Hulu.
Holy shit. We're gonna have to come back to this. This is where I'm gonna pause this because this is nuts. I'm gonna have to explain Hulu to you. Holy crap. All right, this is gonna be fun. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching part 1 or listening to part 1 if you're listening to this on Bandcamp. Subscribe, like, comment if you must or if you wish, and if you don't, I don't care. You can catch MG Noxa at MG Noxa on Twitter, as well as MG Noxa on YouTube. You can catch me at just Rocky Chavez on YouTube. And I changed my Twitter name. For those of you who don't know, it's no longer The Real Rock One. Now it's Rock Plays Games. So if you want to reach me, hit me on Twitter. Send me a DM. If you want to be part of this podcast, maybe a special guest, hit me up and let me know. And as always, we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Oh my god, I need a piss.
My ultimate is ready.